Greetings, galactic activators of the new Edenic codes, transmitting your love light to the world with your ethereal glow. Shine on, you amazing diamonds of eternal light. Aho. Today we have an 1111 portal and a 2222 portal, making the 44, the Divine 44. Today we also had one of the largest solar flares of solar cycle 25, which was an M 4.4 class flare. There we have the 4-4 again of the 8, 44, 22, and 11 coming through all day, also with the 13 and the 33. This was erupted, the M 4.4 class flare peaked at 13:11 UTC on November 29, 2020. It was not Earth-directed, but the coronal mass ejection from the solar flare caused a minor radio blackout in South Africa, Central Africa, South America, and the South Atlantic. This is the largest solar flare in more than 3 years, with extreme ultraviolet, UV radiation, and X-rays ionized the top of Earth's atmosphere. So we're receiving higher dimensional energies, frequencies, codes from this activation, this explosion from the sun. Also, there was a massive volcanic eruption in Indonesia, right on the Ring of Fire. The Lewotolo volcano in the Lesser Sunda Islands of Indonesia. This powerful explosion occurred at 9:45 local time. And this dark ash plume, which I'll have an image in the video today, rose 13,123 feet above the summit. So we have the 1313 Divine Goddess portal, the fourth portal to my sacred condor. Also reported today on the Ring of Fire of the Lemurian energy of bright fireball exploded over central Japan, 1635 UTC, which was 1:35 Japan time, and it was photographed and filmed many locations around Japan. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone for your support on Patreon. I uploaded a couple days ago the White Gold Eagle transmission, where I play the crow flute over a sacred portal on top of a sacred valley, and I received many positive comments and feedback that many people received the activation and transmission. So you can find that on our Patreon page. If you'd like to support our work and mission, you can do so at patreon.com/prime disclosure. I appreciate all of you for your support. It's because of our patrons and donations that we're able to bring these daily transmissions to our angelic team around this realm. So thank you all. Today on the Schumann resonance, there was a 17 hertz manifestation, with more rainbow diamond codes coming in. The 17 also with the 8 manifestation. The 8 is infinite time loop, infinity. 17 also symbolizes Q, which is quantum, quell, of the source. Also the Q is symbolic of freeing consciousness of the alpha, omega, archonic time loops. So feel into that energy and feel the activation by seeing the new Earth sine wave or timeline that frees consciousness from the cycle of birth and death and the cycle of suffering forevermore. Now today we had 4141, the 5-5 energy, 4,141 subscribers on our backup channel, Prime Disclosure. So the 144 is encoded in there. And this evening, or tonight, or early morning, on November 30th, right around 1:44 a.m. Pacific time, where I'm located now, will be the maximum immersion of this penumbral lunar eclipse tonight into the morning, where the moon passes through the outskirts of Earth's shadow, producing this eclipse, which is visible from North America and Hawaii. So many celestial events coming in. We had also an uptick in earthquakes with 134 M1.5 or greater in the past 24 hours. The most powerful today, 5.8 in the sacred portal in South America, Argentina, in the sacred Andes Mountains, 5.8, and that's right on the Tropic of Capricorn. Jujuy, Argentina, with the 13 energy, 23.255 latitude, 65.018 longitude. This is in the sacred Kundalini of the Andes Mountains, the home of our sacred condor. Earlier today in Puerto Rico with the Atlantean energy, 3.4 magnitude. Southern Mexico, 4.6. Vanuatu on the Ring of Fire, 4.6. Pecos, Texas, 3.3. 3 kilometers depth, so we have the 333 encoded. And the sacred portal in the Andes, again, South America, Peru, 4.7 with the 11 energy, 69 kilometers depth. Taiwan, 4.9. And the crown of Lemuria, Aleutian Islands, 4.9, again with the 13. New Zealand, the sacred portal, 4.6 with the 10 energy, 155 kilometers depth. Dominican Republic with the Atlantean energy, 3.3. Another 33 activation. We had a trinity from the southeast Alaska, 3.1, into southern Alaska, 3.1, into the Alaskan Peninsula, 4.3. More of the crown energies being activated. In Searles Valley, California, 3.1. And then on the Ring of Fire, Tonga, 5.7. So again today, the whole Ring of Fire is being lit up and enhanced, expanded with the power of the sun and the daughter, the Atlantean, the Lemurian, the eagle and the condor fly together freely, transmitting the divine union codes, the freedom codes, and the codes of abundance and prosperity for all of humanity. We start today's first transmission from Lisa Marie Wright with these intense energies coming in, much purification, releasing of past density, many emotions surfacing, much chaos presenting trauma, grief, drama, turmoil. Breathe, remain in your peaceful heart. Know it is done. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica, rest, prepare, upgrade, the Arcturians. We ask you to take shelter and rest for the next few days to realize how far you've come and achieved since November 1st until this now moment. We describe your month like a great journey of unpredictable energy, new waves of light formations reaching your construct as you vibrationally integrate the light encodements to your light physical form and assist the grid construct. We ask you to embrace the next 2 days to see the great journey behind you as you've reached a nice warm cabin resting after a long journey, as the journey ahead is before you. As you prepare for the arrival of December 1st, we ask Karen to prepare her home, prepare for the upcoming December 21st, for she, like many, will share and unite her light portal with the collective light family. We ask you to spread the news to the unawakened souls and unite all souls to the galactic event, to make calls to loved ones you rarely speak to, inform them of the date and time to send vibrational love to Mother Gaia. How you spread the message is simply to plant the vibrational seed, the planetary alignment. For as we collectively and effortlessly unite in the higher light constructs, awaken and guide others, light worker, know we see the great awakening, as many lights are on, as the light construct of Gaia is illuminating. We thank you, light family, as you reach the last phase of 2020, sending waves of cosmic love, the Arcturians and Karen Lithica from KarenLithica.com, and today from Divine Sister of the Light, Celia Fenn, Gemini full moon and lunar eclipse coming up tomorrow. The energy is dreamy and electrical at the same time. Best to just float and flow. It is summer here and I keep hearing midsummer's night's dream, as if to dream a new dream and to flow with the elemental energies tomorrow. New lunar codes flowing in, balancing divine masculine and feminine as you align with your new soul purpose. Light codes streaming in. Stay grounded, dream with nature and the new earth. Love to everyone. From StarChildGlobal.com, and today from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Michael Love. The event 2020, powerful solar flare, impacts the Earth. Earth Alliance Space Weather Update, 11/29/2020. The Earth Alliance reports that approximately 9:11 a.m. Eastern this morning, a strong solar flare was ejected by the Sun and came into contact with the Earth. Though the strongest concentration of the solar wave barely missed the planet, a huge part of it still impacted Earth's atmosphere with great force. What's more, a super plasma wave showing on the Enlil chart coming behind today's blast is expected to directly impact Earth tomorrow and sweep across the planet over the next few Earth days. The Earth's Alliance says the Sun is reacting strongly right now due to the large influx of exotic particles coming from the galactic core. This powerful solar eruption came out of nowhere from an unnamed sunspot and was quite a surprise to astronomers this morning. The flare was reported to be a strong M-class flare by space weather agencies, but it bordered on an X-class, and some notable astronomers indeed measured and characterized it as a strong X-class. It's interesting that 5 hours of solar observatory data simply disappeared a few minutes after the super flare occurred. The incident is being way underreported by Earth Space Weather News compared to the actual data and Earth Alliance intel. Ascension symptom reports are starting to stream in from all around the planet today as the Earth Alliance closely monitors all inbound solar weather. Vivid dreams, feeling super tired, heart palpitations, and sharp pains in the heart chakra area are being reported the most. The heart chakras of all beings of Earth are greatly expanding at this time. Let us know what ascension symptoms you may be experiencing from the latest blast of solar light. Hang in there and take the best care of you. Godspeed. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Elizabeth Peru. Important. Biggest solar flare in 3 years, M 4.4. I love the cosmic timing, as right on cue. With only hours until the full moon lunar eclipse, the biggest solar flare in 3 years, even bigger than May's flare, has just been unleashed from the Sun. Big sunspot AR 2786 is highly active and will be Earth-facing soon. Perhaps you felt like the top of your crown has lifted, with higher consciousness streaming in. Energy tubes between the Earth and the Sun deliver these high frequencies that uplift and recalibrate your energy field. With the highly energized cosmic light of the Sun, drink lots of water and eat fruit today. Charge up with the power of the Sun. Have a powerful eclipse, everyone. You've done your work in preparation. Now let the eclipse do the rest. The doorway is about to open on 2 weeks of daily, intensified life shifts. The cosmic intensity has been building, especially over the last day, as the Earth, Moon, and Sun are now nearly in a straight line. Just imagine the energetic pull on your body and energy field. It's why issues have come to a head, why you are being tested, and why you're at a point of great power. In under 12 hours, the moon will be full, and there will be a penumbral lunar eclipse not experienced since November 2002. Everyone feels it. You don't need to see it. Soul is calling for you to stay true to your course. It's when the 3D dismantling takes place that those who hold true to their visions and do the steadfast work to move towards them prove their worth and reap their rewards. From ElizabethPeru.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Shelley Young, Archangel Gabriel, navigating with faith and trust. Faith and trust open you to the energies of acceptance and allowing. Acceptance and allowing open the door to patience, peace, and presence. Patience, peace, and presence support you in the full experience of your beingness. The year of 2020 has been a year of flux, a year of unknowns, a year of letting go. It has required you to get comfortable with unprecedented energies, to connect with your heart and inner wisdom, and to settle deeper into your faith and trust as you evolve beyond the illusion of control and sit in the pregnant pause. If you can see all of the elements that are born from the combination of faith and trust, you can see how this has served you well in discovery and development of those core elements that are essential to your enlightenment process. This will help you immensely as you navigate your way forward into the new earth energies of 2021 and beyond. From TrinityEsoterics.com and from Sparks of Divine Light Healing, we have kicked off Sagittarius season as well as eclipse season. Monday's full moon in Gemini will also be a lunar eclipse. We have an eclipse season every 6 months. This eclipse season will lead us into 2021 and it will last until December 29th this year. This eclipse season will bring with it 2 eclipses. We have a lunar eclipse Monday in Gemini that will really open this eclipse gateway. We have a solar eclipse in Sagittarius December 14th. This will be the final eclipse of the year. December will bring with it the 12/12 gateway, the winter solstice, and many other powerful alignments and ascension energies. This series of eclipses will activate the lunar nodes, which will really activate us. The south and north nodes rule our past and future. They have a huge influence on us astrologically. The first eclipse will help make your deeper purpose or destiny more clear. It may even bring up revelations or more insight into your past lives or your soul's journey. Since eclipses occur on the lunar nodes, they bring about massive change and transformation. Eclipses tend to dig around in our karma as well. This is to show us where we have more work to do. Monday's full moon will bring with it a chance to let go of anything that no longer serves us. This is a time of release as we prepare for a new beginning. 2020 has brought with it a lot of purging. This has been a good thing as we continue to get lighter. Your body may be needing a moment to integrate all of these energies. It's also a really powerful time to manifest, as this Gemini is great at helping us with our ideas and communication. From sparksofdivinelighthealing.com and from Anastasia, Blue Beyond Guide. Current energy update, 23 days until 21/12/2020. Super intense energies. The pitch is quite high yet steady, activating higher pineal upgrade of our new super consciousness of Christos energies. Ascension is literally a descension or collecting of those spiritual energetic fragments of other identities of ourselves as we merge them into this moment of self that we're sharing now. We need to consciously bring our energies into ourselves and keep letting go of all else again as we are going through another pineal upgrade wave leading up to 21/12/2020 or the 12/21 solstice. Migraines, headaches may be felt with this. Not much rest or sleep as we are very active in finalizing so much. As always, I am right here with you, keeping it raw and real. Anastasia Campos, Blue Beyond Guide, from bluebeyondguide.com, and from Divine Sister of the Light, Maria Nessa, The Sisterhood of the Rose, Remembrance of the Ancient Ways, Priestesses and Priests anchoring love and light. The initiates of the Sisterhood of the Rose gather in sacred circles who work for the betterment of mankind. The priestesses usually form 12 groups, and each group composed of 12 women, creating 144. Now many sisters and brothers in larger numbers are called, gather to anchor as much love and light to the planet as possible. Priestesses and priests of the Sisterhood of the Rose together anchor light from their hearts and use their sacred breath and all the combined elements and essences to bring forth harmonious light and love through all realms and planes, activating the key remembrance of our true selves through the planetary grid. Women and men of all races and places gather in these sacred circles across the planet, all the women along with a masculine counterpart, creating a powerful network of light, anchoring pure divine source light. The men gather around the women to show support and act as guardians so the priestesses do their sacred work. Sisterhood work involves gathering together in song, fire ceremonies, water ceremonies, support for inner soul journey, light anchoring meditations, and sacred designs of art from the remembrance of love and light within. Key pieces of art have remained on the planet to remind all of this sacred activation, like the 3 spirals at New Grange. Triskelion, a Celtic symbol consisting of 3 legs or lines radiating from a center. All women and men on the planet are called to step forth and anchor love and light through their own I Am being, recognizing themselves as anchors of the light. We are all part of the whole, the sacred breath of the one source of life, and connecting like threads of the universe, each one embodying the sacred codes and wisdom, bringing together the larger body of light that harmonizes all, within the one heart of universal truth and love, and the sacred life-giving presence that is within all. The great motherly and fatherly essence brings forth, through the sacred womb and hearts, the universal embodiment of life itself, which activates codes, wisdom, inner knowing of self-empowered light and love, to the sacred sisterhood and brotherhood. Maria Nessa, the Sisterhood of the Rose, from the goldenagegoddess.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse. Lua Astrology, November 29, 2020, Neptune stations direct, Mercury sextile Jupiter. A momentary sense of disorientation. Ground yourself. Time to build a new dream. Think big. Take a chance on an idea or a conversation starter. Neptune stations direct in Pisces. Mercury and Scorpio sextile Jupiter in Capricorn. The sea comes rushing in as the god of the waves changes direction. It's like part of us has been sleeping since June, cocooned and womb-like. Now the birth waters are broken and we're deposited on the beach, overwhelmed by senses, impressions, subtle signals. It's a confusing mix of experiences. Wishes, dreams, and ideals wash over us, bringing nostalgia, sorrow, hope. Let the waters recede. Become still and reflective. Think about what you have learned in the last 5 months, which illusions were broken, which ideals were dissolved. This is a divine alarm clock. Vivid dreams break through into consciousness. Imagination runs riot. There is an endless source of inspiration just waiting to be tapped. Consider the messages the cosmos carries to you. Expand your thinking. Surrender to spirit. It's time to wake up and make your vision real. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And today from Here in the Moon Astrology. A heads up, riding the light wave. Sunday, November 29, 2020. Stay mindful that we haven't yet reached the very end of the rickety bridge between worlds that is 2020. Tempting as it is to engage in comforting magic thinking about the approaching Saturn-Jupiter conjunction at the December 21st solstice, we are now being tumbled in the eclipse wormhole through time that extends right to the Plutonic Capricorn new moon on January 13, 2021. Between now and then, 2 cosmic wildcard eclipses activate the Gemini-Sagittarius axis of truth. This intense photonic light creates a geophysical shock window that extends from 28th of November through the 3rd of December, then from the 7th through the 21st of December. Expect emotional and literal high tides, storm surges, and sudden shifts in your energy field. Use all the grounding tools you have to stay centered. Eclipses are dramatic cosmic wildcards in your life. They shake you out of your feelings of complacency so that you can move from one stair-step to another. They are some of the most dramatic tools that the universe uses to get you to pay attention to areas in your life that need to change. They work very rapidly, often in a blink of an eye, switching off an old life, defragging you and rebooting you. They uproot you, surprise you, and nudge you to a new level of your personal evolution or unfolding. Far-seeing Neptune is turning direct in Pisces, so we're surfing an oceanic wave of extrasensory perception and or confusion just as truth and reality collide in a hall of mirrors in the seismic window of Monday's lunar eclipse at 8 Gemini. The second eclipse in 2 weeks' time on December 14th is a powerful total solar eclipse on the karmic south node of fate at 23 Sagittarius between the Great Attractor and the galactic center, delivering downloads direct from source in a wave of revelation. As you make this rite of passage between the 2020 through 2021, bookends of Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, nothing is going to be more important than radical honesty and transparency, walking your talk instead of talking your talk, and matching your outside to your insides. Follow your curiosity, break up your routines, and find new stories to tell and new people to mix with. This is a reminder to be non-judgmental, to keep a wide open mind and see the big picture. That means challenging your own thinking and looking at where and how you are in denial about what needs to be left behind and what needs to be accepted so you can move on, freeing yourself up to seed a very different future. Be at cause, not at effect. Instead of what is going to happen to me, ask, what am I going to create, to transform, and to risk? As the eclipses change circumstances around you, your inner circuitry and architecture are ripe for expansion into the much bigger perspective of the incoming Aquarian paradigm. From here in the moonastrology.co.uk and from the Archangelic calendar, Gaia has remained in the galaxy setting with a significant fire influence. We quickly discovered that when she is in galaxy, we need to look higher for more precise indications from Surzi, our galaxy. The galaxy is in a very air and plasma base. This will mean change initiated from higher dimensions is imminent. We must understand that the electrical impulses that run life upon Earth flow via our wondrous galaxy. When you are working in a number system other than decimal, you must put your mind in the new number system's mindset. For example, if you're working in binary, there are only two numbers, and thus it becomes a series of yes and no, which is simplistic enough to learn. Let's say we expand the numbers to hexadecimal, then we must expand our cognition outward as there are more numbers to work with. This is what is happening to the calendar, and in turn, the reports. Luna has two columns now, one for herself and one for her twin, which appeared suddenly on the far side of Mars. Obviously, we know this is a result of a timeline jump. We also see everything double jump as we enter the first day of this Archangel Orion, Goddess Sekhmet, Spirit Galaxy season. Time Traveler's weekend commences as if we were running a sale on tourism packages. The calendar marks events for time travelers. Perhaps we have made this timeline too accessible. Nevertheless, don't let them fool you. There is a giant price for admitting they are here on holiday. In a manner of speaking, there is no past, present, or future. Existence is just one giant landscape, and when we put our observation in it, we can dissect this mass through reality and experience. The truth is the fundamental reason why our micro perspectives exist, to reflect our knowledge of self back to the broader, higher parts of ourselves. We have 3 more legions to announce. The first is the Angel Legion, who wish to differentiate their function from the Archangelic Legion. They have beyond proved their point on how different the two sibling groups operate. In a concise example, angels have a bit more of a hive mind than archangels, who also share a common focus but are drastically different in their cognition. This makes angels much more helpful on micro issues. The second is the Builder's Legion, who is not handy with the sword but can build anything with excellent results. They encompass every type of being one can imagine, and all of which are incredible engineers. Call upon this legion when you want to create something bold, unique, and useful. This legion is multifaceted with unlimited potential. They have free reign of motions. The third is a little harder to describe, and we have nicknamed them the Invisible Soldiers, which includes spirits, emissaries of light, past life loved ones, and many more unseen heroes of the day. This legion ranges from non-physical spirits to amazing parents who sacrificed it all for their kids. It is the legion for the tireless, thankless workers who go above and beyond in the name of love. These unseen heroes are the backbone of how far we have come. It's time to acknowledge and protect these unique beings. Philosophical evolution. There is not a valid classification for a human other than that they are a person. There is no generalization anywhere in the natural universe. Any master who is pushing division or classification based upon semantics is going in the wrong direction. We have seen someone who considers themselves a great leader refer to people in a general, stereotypical way. People cannot be put in a box and labeled by color. If this lesson is too harsh, it will be impossible to conceptualize anything beyond that point. Do not generalize blame to any group of humans. It is a select few who commit crimes against humanity. These numbers are minimal, but they seem to be the ones in a position of authority. There is a false lightworker clique forming. Be wary of those that are ego-driven. It should never be an intention to put oneself on a pedestal, as we are all made of the same divine cloth. Let there be no point of consciousness where this attitude will be the case. The concept of treating everyone like a deity is a practice long forgotten. Many traditions treat guests to their home as a visiting deity. This truly aids a higher influenced consciousness. It's a practice we should all take to heart, as the gods of old incarnate through ourselves. Can the universe take away someone's pain? Not in the way the question is implying. It can only send you to work on its behalf. If you are in pain, only you can change it. Only by our perspective can you overcome humanity's drama. If you see yourself as the same as the universe, then the answer is yes. Bringing the eyes of divinity to this place and time is a journey of self-discovery. When you realize that you see only on behalf of infinitely expanding Creator Source, then the other senses will follow. It matters not if the world sees your beauty as long as you do. It takes a genuinely confident inner spark to initiate others' appreciation, not that you should be seeking anyone's validation on the matter. Just because it is unfamiliar to you and you do not grasp the mechanics, it does not mean it's an off-base notion. It's like speaking flight to a fish. It will not compute until it evolves itself into a bird. There is no shame in this journey, but only because the fish is perfect as it is, as a master of swimming. Although the fish's confidence in the ocean does not give the fish the authority to fear the bird or discredit its notions, remember, no one is under any obligation to view or understand anything. If something is out of your expertise, it's out of the scope of your critique as well. The human brain is a microcosm of the universe. Legion News. With tears in our collective eyes, we announce a peace treaty and working alliance between the Andromeda Alliance and the Sarian Planetary Collective. The current Earth events have certainly helped us along, but this miracle happened because of our great ambassador, Prince Archangel Zagzagel, and his hard work. A timeline has just emerged, whereas a civil war is not imminent. It is only because of the effort of the legions that this option even presented itself. To see ourselves moving closer and closer to a peaceful resolution is nothing short of incredible. The mastery of our timeline has undoubtedly affected the timelines around us. It's going to be a matter of individual choice from here. There is a vicious star race that learned of the legions on their way to Earth and immediately turned around when hearing the news. This situation is an example of our power. Our company's mention is enough to deter an attack. There is a noise in the silence that when you tune in will immediately raise your emotions, mood, and energy. Some call it a hum. As we have mentioned, the Vatican is holding an item of ours that is about to go off. The tenets of the essences has vast supernatural power that is about to awaken and will look for the right hand to hold it. If such a reunification does not happen, it will most resemble a temper tantrum. I imagine the statement will mean much more later on as Rome is about to see some intense anomalies appear. The narrative must change from dog-eat-dog to an attitude that we are only as strong as our weakest link. If there is a homeless child or a person who goes to bed hungry, we cannot call ourselves a civilized world. This attitude does not fit the vernacular of society in its current setting, and thus humanity must start to wake up and realize that we must treat each other as we would treat ourselves. Casey did not account for geographical changes to the magnetic geogrid. The tools for today's assignments are in the link in the description below. The assignments for today are: our exit and entrance portals must be refreshed, as we need to make them an evolving part of our quantum leaps. The difference is in the intentions of your conscious mind and codes below. The entrance portals' last 3 layers are the exact codes for the time travel, timeline manipulation, and happiness, which not so coincidentally are the same. The exit portal will be erected the same way we usually do in a square or rectangle. You can certainly do this in your mind's eye or on paper. Please note that you must burn this page if you use the form and pen method safely. The difference is in the last layer, which will include the same strategy as the entrance portal. The codes are also in the link in the description below. Space and time are the same. Instead of creating temples in space, we will develop temples in physical time. We have 4 new seasons that we're about to experience. Let's make a temple around the next 108 archangelic days. To achieve this, you must spread your psychic gaze to engulf the next 4 seasons, then illuminate the boundaries with the following lights: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, black, brown, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, rainbow. Cities and areas in need of a violet flame bath: Myanmar, Burma, Beirut, Tromsø, Oslo, Vancouver, London, Ursa Minor, Bali, Melbourne, Perth, Tokyo, Osaka, Ontario, California, New York State, Maryland, Rio, Peru, Brazil, Argentina, South Africa, Sudan, Dublin, and Lake Erie. Some people are about to go off. While some of this is necessary, we will minimize these events for those not directly involved by engulfing the earth with indigo flame, orange flame, and violet flame. Containing the lower dimensions energy will feel a good deal like sitting in a landmine. Good thing you are an invincible superhero. You can travel through space and time and feel an energetic explosion in the not-too-distant future. Use a violet plasma bubble and violet flame bubble around this event. Spike and Starseeds are looking for an incarnation line to accomplish this. We will do it the same way we did it for the Cygnus constellation. We will make light signals from the Spica constellation to wherever on Earth your heart tells you to. These look exactly how it sounds, light markers leading the way to the Earth and originating from Spica. To perform an ethereal scan, gaze into reality with an observant third eye. A place to reside peacefully is a right from Gaia. Somehow this has become an industry, but it was not supposed to be as such. Perform an ethereal scan and locate every pure heart of the earth, then place a house made of golden bricks around their circumference. While you have the pure hearts in your gaze, it would help remove the spinning cyclone around their heads and the black markings around their mouth. This situation is very similar to what one would do on a micro scale when performing a metaphysical surgical healing, only on a macro scale. Activate the Temple of Esna, located in Luxor, Egypt. The temple activates a constellation known as the Geese of Ra. To start this temple, use lightning blasts through its center and sides in the following codes. Then you can look up to the skies and immediately notice the difference. Ray light, lightning blasts, white ray, blue ray, yellow ray, pink ray, green ray, ruby ray, and violet ray. Places to send: a Stairway to Heaven, Auschwitz, Mecca, Virginia, the Sullivan Trail, all of it, London, the Black Hills, Mount Shasta, Miami, New Delhi, Sydney, Jerusalem, Aleppo, and Washington, D.C. Saturn, Jupiter, and the Moon have formed a triangle. Electrify the sky in between these giants. This effort causes a unique cascade effect because we are worldwide. This task will also help bring the right energy needed to rejuvenate our world. Too many children are suffering from poverty and abuse. We will endow all children with the following lights of God, infinitely expanding Creator Source. Please send the following to all children under the care of their parents. The lights: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, black, brown, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, rainbow. The ray lights: white ray, blue ray, yellow ray, pink ray, green ray, ruby ray, and violet ray. To get assimilated with our new legions, we will work in tandem on the following assignments. Angels are super good at helping us in our personal lives. As you serve faithfully, you are very selfless. This is why we ask you to ask the angels for something extraordinary for yourself. The Builder Legions have tons of ideas, but the one we would like to start with is metaphysical plasma walls on all of the ley lines. They insist that this will amplify the energies that we want and discourage those that we do not. The color of these walls is not as relevant as placement, but I suggest using rainbow plasma if you are unsure. The Invisible Soldiers Legion is a strong force around you. Again, everyone from loved ones, from current and past lives, emissaries of light, angels, archangels, and way more too numerous to mention, who help you each day are around you. Please take a moment that connects you with those around you. Once you feel this unseen force's power, combine efforts and engulf the earth in the following lights and ray lights. The lights white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, black, brown, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, rainbow. The ray lights, white ray, blue ray, yellow ray, pink ray, green ray, ruby ray, and violet ray. From the archangeliccalendar.com and from Buddhist master Tilopa, a simple and effective meditation technique by the great Tilopa. Stop all physical activity and sit naturally at ease. Remain silent and let sound be like an echo. Do not think about anything. Look at experience beyond thought. Open-minded like space. Let go of control and stop and rest at ease in that state. Awareness without projection is the greatest meditation. Train and develop like this, and you will come to the deepest awakening. From Tilopa. Today from the Zolkin Times, Kin 245, Red, Spectral Serpent. 944 coming in. Spectral is the name for the number 11, and its keywords are liberate, dissolve, and release. The 11th day of any wave spell is about liberated. Ironically, because of the mathematics involved in the Zolkin, the 11th day is always the challenge of the first day of the wave spell. The Blue Eagle has no hold on us today. We can take a break from its influence. Today is Red Serpent, which represents life force, survival, and instinct. It is said a coiled serpent lies in the base chakra, Kundalini, and when it uncoils and reaches the crown chakra, enlightenment is reached. This symbolizes the need to balance our earthly, grounded nature, the base chakra, with our spiritual nature, the crown chakra. When you combine the meaning of the number and the day, the result is liberate, to survive, or release life force. To summarize, today is about letting go and releasing, a liberating experience which has the potential to be very healing. Shed your old self and emerge renewed, as serpent medicine is very powerful. If the serpent lingers in the base chakra, it can lead to sex addiction. If you are feeling frisky today, it's that serpent energy building up. Let it go and you will feel more balanced. Today is guided by Red Serpent, and so it is a double helping. The challenge of the day is the Blue Eagle, so if you are one, you may find today it's hard to see things from a higher perspective, which is usually what you are good at. Stay grounded today and you'll get by all right. Whether you are an eagle or not, today, having your head in the clouds won't help you. Plant your feet firmly on the ground and connect yourself with the earth, just like the serpent. And today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Red Spectral Serpent. Kin 245, 29 November 2020, Liberating Life Force, 29/11/2020 equal 29/11/22 equal 11/11/22 equal 22/22 equal 44 equal 8, 29 Spiritual Trials, Strength, 11 Portal Gate Polarity, 2 Twins, Partner, Cooperation, 22 Master Builder, Architect of Peace, 4 Angelic, Form, Structure, Foundation, Earth, 44 Angelic Master Frequency, 8 Infinity, Abundance, Source Flow. Kin 245, 2 plus 4 plus 5 equals 11, equal 2 Partnership, Co-op, 11 Portal Gate Polarity, 11/11/22, a double portal for liberating the new earth template of peace. A powerfully liberating day, releasing the chains of fear to reclaim our freedom. Be aware, today's code is highly combustible. We have a double serpent code, bringing up fear and survival issues, which need to be released in order to liberate more of our life force. With the 1111 double gate portal code, we have a huge opportunity to walk through the new doors and break free from the fear matrix. Visualize the energies of peace and joy flowing freely and humanity being fully liberated from the matrix game. The 8 infinity code symbolizes the inflow and outflow of our God force, and with today's serpent code strongly relates to reclaiming the flow of your God force through the vertical axis to maximize your life force. As surfers of the Zuvoya, which is the key to ascension, when black magic is abolished on our planet at solstice 21 December 2020, Gaia's tilt will be corrected and she will regain her perfect 0-degree vertical alignment, allowing for source energy to flow freely on the earth once again. Alleluia. Day 11 already. Didn't we just start our vision quest in the Blue Eagle wave spell, where we are being asked to fly high and focus on the big picture so that we can create it? Envisioning the highest timeline for ourselves and our planet as our 2020 visionary powers and third eye are awakened and activated. It is time for a mass awakening of humanity. Today, the eagle's power is very strongly liberating our clear vision, challenging us to rise above the fear and survival issues, leaving the past behind us, in order to release more life force needed to energize our future creations. Tone of creation, spectral, tone 11 in the emotional plane. The spectral power is that of disillusion, liberation, and release. The 11th day of the Blue Eagle wave spell is the one that liberates our biggest vision. As it is an emotional realm day, there may be a greater tendency for people to lose it, as the old fear-based survival issues rise to the fore in order to be dissolved and released, to make way for your bigger vision, based on faith and trust in the divine plan. The 11 spectral tone denotes another portal or gateway, making a triple 11 gateway today. Release, 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 in order to free up all your life force, vitality, and newfound passion. Celebrate your victory. If you feel that your ascension journey has been painful, arduous, and filled with endless suffering, then take heart, dear precious starseed, as we are now crossing the fear barrier and being liberated into the golden stage. The phoenix is rising, and our planet is too, at this momentous evolutionary point in Earth's, her story. This is the phase where the phoenix rises, reborn again, as the golden eagle, and takes flight as the seer and prophet, seeing with absolute clarity from a divine perspective. Eagles soar in the skies, and serpents thrive in the earth. Ironically, eagles feed on snakes, proving that great vision and insight conquers fear. Stand up tall and view life from a higher plane. Make no mistake, beloveds, today's code is a very powerful thrust to our evolutionary journey. We are on our way back home. Divine blessings for your magic flight. Today's question is, am I ready to dissolve and release all fear-based survival instincts in order to liberate my vitality and life force, reclaim my freedom, and soar as the golden eagle? Divine blessings for your magic flight. And Lakek a la Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 245, Red, Spectral Serpent. The mantra, the code for today is, I dissolve in order to survive. Releasing instinct, I seal the store of life force. With the spectral tone of liberation, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. So, beloved beings of light, on this powerful day of this full moon and lunar eclipse energy coming in, let us know in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. 33 coming in again, 333. And as always, we have a link in the description below the video to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to take the time to thank everyone for your support on Patreon and your pledges. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Bro Star of the Light, Philippe, for your pledge and support on Patreon. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Angel of the Light, Deep Singh, for your pledge and support on Patreon. I'd like to also welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Stephanie Reed, for your pledge and support on Patreon. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Glendy Fresco, for your pledge and support on Patreon. And I'd like to also welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Lila, for your pledge and support on Patreon. I appreciate you all. It's because of all of you that I'm able to do these daily transmissions. And we are still about halfway to the support that we need to continue our work. So thank you all. We are getting there slowly but surely to the first phase. And the first phase is to find a home, find a location to anchor in our light into the grid, and for the eagle and the condor to be able to start their work together in the higher dimensions and build medicine wheel and spiral and do ceremony for our great work together. This will be in 3 phases. Phase 1 is a home to anchor in, to ground, to begin our higher dimensional work together. Myself as the white gold eagle with my sacred black gold condor. Phase 2 is a secret for now. It's to come in the future, but phase 3 will be the Healing Retreat Center, sustainable community for all of humanity, beginning with our Patreons on Patreon, because it's for our support. It's because of the support that we're getting here on Patreon that's able to take us to the first phase or the first level of our great work. So I appreciate you all. And if you'd like to support our mission and work together as the eagle and the condor, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/prime disclosure. I'd like to take a moment to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Rita Minster, for your donation today. Thank you, Sister of the Light. There's also a link in the description if you'd like to just make a donation to our mission on PayPal. So you can find that link below this video. 10:10 coming in. I'll take a moment here to tell you a story and finish up this transmission today as I journey to a property to look at. Now, I believe I have found a property that I would like to procure for our home base, but I'm working with one of our light workers, one of our angels from Patreon, to raise the funds for it. Once we get that established, then we will look into phase 2 and then the Healing Retreat Center. And my sacred condor found a beautiful property with a cabin and I think 10 acres of land in Cougar for the Healing Retreat Center and sustainable community and school and gallery. We're going to do many things with this property. So that'll be phase 3. So today when I went to look at the property, I couldn't go up to the house because the road leading up, there was a gate that was locked, but it was surrounded by many beautiful trees with moss all over them. I took a couple pictures, which I'll put in the video today. And it's right alongside a river, a beautiful river that flows through this beautiful country in this amazing state of Washington, this sacred portal here. And as I was driving north, after I went to look at the property, it was a beautiful day today. The sun was breaking through the clouds. The rays of light were coming through the trees. And I just started driving north, being guided by Spirit, and opening up in front of me the beautiful vista with our sacred Mount St. Helens. So I started driving towards her. And today is my brother John's birthday. Happy birthday, Johan, brother of the light. So I called him on my Bluetooth as I was driving, and the reception was cutting out, but we had a very nice conversation about him and his children and family, and they were decorating a Christmas tree today, and we at one point got cut off, and I drove into a very thick fog to where it was so thick I was maybe a third of the way to Mount St. Helens. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it all the way, and I just was driving and going with the flow, and as the fog got thicker and thicker, I couldn't even see 10 feet ahead of me, and I felt it's time to head back. So I journeyed back to the hotel and anchored in, went into meditation and did some exercises to prepare for recording this transmission, and spent an hour or two communicating with some of our Lightworker team through email messages. And I've received some amazing emails and a lot of great comments on the transmission that I did for our Patreon with the, my headdress. It was the first time that I brought that to the public from the wing maker in Indonesia. Up until now, only my sacred condor has seen me in this most powerful headdress of the white gold eagle. So I play the crow flute. You can find that in the Patreon page if you're one of our patrons. So thank you all for your amazing comments, support, and emails that you're sending me. I appreciate you all. I can't respond to every message and email because I'm getting inundated with them right now. Everyone's feeling the excitement of what's to come on the new earth. And I know the Healing Retreat Center, this will be a blueprint for centers all over the world, all over the planet, that we're seeing in the vision with our teams on the earth angelics and our higher dimensional team, that this will be just the beginning of our connection with our galactics and our star nations, the sky beings, many different things that I will be teaching. There will be a dojo where we'll have many teachers, healers, people from all over the world. But this is a step-by-step process. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of funding, time, energy, and as a collective to lock arms together to create this vision. And part of my vision I see is building a crystal temple, a crystal palace for my queen, my sacred condor, my everything. I have seen this vision my whole life because when I connect to our higher dimensional self in 12D, I always saw us living in a crystal castle, a crystal palace. So this is a vision that is coming through very powerful to me today, that this is something for the future, but it's something I know is tangible and know is possible. And it's just a big dream of mine that I'm putting out to the collective, to our team, to our light workers, to the angelics, saying I know this is possible, and to inspire all of you to dream big, dream with your whole heart. Don't let anything hinder you or keep you from seeing your vision, to dreaming the biggest dream that you can imagine, because what I'm experiencing right now is the beauty, the love, the truth, the bliss that's beyond anything I ever imagined. So because of the love, the unconditional love of my sacred condor activating the deepest parts of me and removing all the veils of separation and limitation, because that is what the false mind of the matrix of the mind of man does. It tries to limit us and our dreams, our visions, and our passions. But I am here now as the white gold eagle to transmit all of you the inspiration and the passion that is within my heart and within my soul, and to activate the fires within your body, mind, and spirit, to free your spirit, to live the life of your dreams, and to take the risks and to step outside of our comfort zones, to take our life to a next level, to take our soul experience and our soul visions and bring them into fruition, into reality, into this realm, through our heart and through our hands and through our minds and through our divine will, our sacred intent, which is activated in you now, beloved being of light. So keep walking your sacred path with heart. Dream big beyond anything you have ever dreamed, and live from that passion and life force. I love you all. Namaste.